Hi, this is Jen with Curiousmatic. I'm here today with my colleagues James and Dutch, and we're going to talk a little bit about happiness. So sometimes it seems like there's a lot of horrible things happening in the world just from the news alone, but there's actually some happy things going on too. So I'm going to start it up with a question for James. James, you recently wrote a piece about happy news in regards to health. So can you tell us something about health that's a happy bit of news?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff to be worried about sometimes with health. GMOs are kind of scary. Obesity is a problem, but there's some good stuff too. HIV rates are down 33% in the past decade, and that's 29% for AIDS. Obviously, that's a great thing. I have a question for you, Jen, actually, about conservation. That can also be sort of a touchy subject. What positive things are going on there?
Well, you're right that there's definitely some bad things with biodiversity right now, but conservation efforts in the last 50 years are actually really paying off in some ways. For example, baby saddleback tortoises were born for the first time on the Galapagos Islands for 100 years. And that's because in the last 50 years they've been working to eradicate the island of these predatory rats that have been eating the eggs. So that's a really good piece of news for conservationists and, of course, for the tortoises.
Cool.
Hey Jen, I've got a quick question for you. If I wanted to be extremely happy, I would probably move to a place in the world where other happy people live. Is there any such place as that?
Well, I mean, it's funny you ask that because there have actually been a lot of studies on it, and the most recent one looking at the United States found that Alaska is the happiest state in America. So I'm not sure really why that is, but if you want to be happy, you can definitely move there. And if you want to move out of the country, Denmark has been consistently the happiest country in the last 3 or 4 years. So it looks like moving up north will be a good decision.
Awesome, thanks Jen. And James, a quick question for you. What are some other good things happening in the news?
I have good news for thirsty people. Clean drinking water is more prevalent than ever before. So 2 billion people since 1990 have gained access to clean drinking water. Obviously, also a great thing. Jen, I have a question for you about occupations. Is there a happiest occupation that I should look for?
Well, being happy at work usually has to do with your work environment, and as long as you're doing something that's stimulating and happy for you and you like the people you're working with, you'll probably be happy. But studies show that some of the happiest people and occupations are actually gardeners, priests, and chefs. So you can definitely, look at one of those three jobs if you'd like, but you should probably avoid being a doctor because most doctors do not recommend their jobs to others, 9 out of 10 actually. And lumberjacks are the most unhappy job, so you should probably just, stay away from that.
I'll check them off my list.
Cool. All right, so this has been Jen, Dutch, and James for Curiousmatic. If you want to understand more about happy news, happy places, happy jobs, you can check out Curiousmatic.com. If you have any questions, you can tweet us at Curiousmatic. Thanks. Have a very happy day.